good, everybody? Welcome to the In the Mix podcast. I'm your boy DJ Cam West, and here I go my co-host Big OG in the building. And today is episode 2. And I know it's been a long time coming, y'all. Yeah, I'm about to say I know it's been a little minute.
Don't blame me.
Hey,
blame Mr.
Me.
Charlie.
Blame me. I ain't gonna lie. Blame me. I've been busy. I've been doing a lot of work in the clubs and outside of the clubs. Got a lot of future things going on too, but ain't stopping what we doing here. We're gonna continue as usual. Factual. But man, the first episode, let the church say amen.
Man,
they liked it.
Hey, I didn't know y'all was digging it like that.
It was a good response. I had people walk up on me in public talking about, hey, I actually liked what y'all talked about, and regardless of if they liked every point, they still understood, and they liked that it was being talked about. So it looks like we own to something over here. But man, it's a good old Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you watching this on a Wednesday, unless you're live on OG's TikTok right now. Make sure you go follow.
Facts. Follow Big O.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And you'll come and you come over here, ask questions. You can see this live because a lot of times I already live doing this on TikTok, so some of them are able to see this while we're doing it. And then they still go back. That's what I'm talking about. True supporters. Yeah. They come through. Shout out to y'all, man.
Because it is different once we put it on YouTube, I think. It gives it a different vibe, and people are like, okay. And the audio is way better than just listening to it live. But we here. We kicking our shit in the mix. I got a little bro over here in the corner real quick, getting the camera for him. Let him see it. He be seen. He talking about gang. That's my boy right there. That's brother for real, blood brothers. People who know me for real know that's blood brother. But anyway, Ty, how is your day going, man?
Man, I've been chilling.
Matter of fact, I haven't seen you since, when was this?
The last show we just had.
Yeah. So no. This last podcast, I think. It's been a minute, and we normally see each other at least during the week, at least one time. We talk all the time.
That's true.
We always talking on the phone, but we normally see each other at least once in a week, face to face, on some just random shit.
Fact, and that goes back to what you were talking about. Like, well, we both just been like, busy. I'm talking about getting it. Yeah. Like, I got a lot of stuff that done put me on. Shout out to this podcast. Yeah. This podcast has shot me to a couple places. Yeah. Not just that. Even the new people that I'm around, a new circle and stuff that I'm around, man, we done start doing different things, man. It's just crazy that you ask for certain type of stuff and then you just got to be prepared for it to go ahead and start actually putting the work in. I understand, like, when he was saying, like, it's been a minute since we had this. It has been a minute. I ain't gonna lie.
It's been a minute. But we back on it, and we're going to give it to you. And, it's one of those things. I know you want to push a podcast. You want to be consistent, but you want to also be authentic.
Right.
And so to be authentic, you have to go through things in your life that are day-to-day to be able to talk about it.
That's facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you do. So, but, yeah, and I had some people question, why does Ty like to turn his back to us? And then, look, we might get tired. You know what? Look.
Ask for Big O to be over it. I'm looking at you today. I'm just gonna have to turn it up and change it. Hold up, we gonna change it up. Cause see, I be trying to go ahead and be professional. Let's be professional. Now I can't see comments.
Now we up close and personal.
Up close and personal since y'all want to see up close personal. Alright.
So, real quick before we get into this new episode we starting on, what was your best moments that you liked from the first episode?
Hey, so the one that got me when somebody called me and was like, hey, bro, y'all niggas is goofy. Because everybody done spent the night at somebody's house.
Oh, yeah.
And when you spend the night at somebody's house, you don't know they rules and stuff when you go to their house. And they parents and told you, okay, it's bedtime. Yeah. Now you pitch black dark in the dark. And now you share, like, that brought back a memory to somebody. And me and Brody kind of sat there and laughed for about a good 10 minutes just behind that. Because he was like, man, that brought back memories. Yeah. You know how many times I went to somebody's house and we'd have been in the dark and you've been like, bro, you sleep? You sleep? No. Yeah, I'm up.
I think I might be.
Now y'all trading stories and lying about the stories that y'all telling. Stop that.
Nah, for real. Yeah, that I liked it, and I liked more or less. I liked when we started talking about the realness of like the getting into how the church is like the club on some shit. Because I didn't know that. You know what I mean? I didn't think thank you. Shout out my fiance, Lavely.
Shout out to the drink carrier. We won't shout you out. You are important.
My straw. Anyways, I think I liked when we did our church thing, talking about how it's more like the club, because that was something I never knew. I always thought church is like, it's withheld within like a standard of everybody's respectful, everybody's welcome, but that's not the case.
That's true on some occasion, because you got some churches that's just strictly ran like a business though. Yeah. And what people fail to realize is a lot of times, and that's not bashing nobody or that's not going against nobody's church. So I don't want nobody ever thinking that that's what we come on this platform to do. No, it's just to bring awareness that on the outside of it, it's still a business too that you got to go about. And a lot of times we don't talk about it, and some are treated differently than others. You go to one church, you'll hear a musician say he never got paid. But you'll go to another church or somebody like a TD Jakes or something like that, the musicians making over thousands of dollars. And it's more than just financial. That you might be getting your house taken care of. You might be, it's a whole bunch of business into that. And you might
Health
be getting
benefits.
1099s and all that, and blah, blah, blah. Like it's
turned
a whole
into an
bunch.
actual job though.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I that's what I liked about it, is that we really got an understanding, and people who didn't know anything just like me, they got an understanding. But so this next episode, we talking real, we talking more music.
Let's talk to DJs. We talked church last time. We want to talk club. How come my people ask me about the
first
club?
Let's start off before you get to the club. Let's talk about recording. Let's talk about
what part?
Because I think everybody has started on a DJ software. I'm going to name the top 3 that I think are the worst. I don't care how any engineer feels. I'm going to name the top 3 that I feel are the worst, who are still out here being used. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Now, when it comes to music, now I'm not talking about podcasts and anything of that nature, because obviously that's different. I'm going to say number 1, Studio One. Don't know if you've heard of it. If you haven't, real engineers, producers, we love it. DJs too. You look it up. You know what I'm saying? So number 1, Studio One. Number 2, FL Studio. Gonna shout you out. You're not a recording software. I love you. You can record and do EDM things when we're making reverbs, but if we're gonna make a hip hop track, I'm not the guy to record on there. It's just a little difficult. Now, I'm not saying you can't, but it's trash to do it on. And number 3, Ableton Live. I hate it. Will never fucking rate it. Like, I'm gonna be real. Ableton has never been my thing. But I do use FL Studio to make beats, so I can't hate on FL too much, but we're talking more or less recording. Now, I know there's way more out there, but I was just talking about the top. We can get into the Mixcrafts. We can get into Adobes. I
was about to say, but the ones that you name, I really feel like, in my opinion, those are recording programs necessarily for musicians. That's not really recording for vocals.
True. But people tend to still use it for
just like Fruity Loops. I use Fruity Loops too. If I want to put like some claps, some 808s and stuff like that, I go to Fruity Loops and then I go record on Ableton. Well, I have Ableton.
My boy just didn't want me to say Logic.
That Logic, you say Logic, a lot of people gonna be mad at you. Logic is the best besides native instruments that's out there.
You can actually record vocals good on Logic. I've done it in the past. It's really good.
I haven't tried. I haven't tried no vocals on none of those programs. But a lot of my programs is always
recording live instruments, because recording live instruments on the softwares that I named are trouble for me. Like even with FL Studios, I have to quantize. If you don't know what quantize means, it means it basically fix your mistakes, even if you're off by just a smidge on a ridge. It puts it back on what you call it, Logic. It sounds so natural. You know what I'm saying? As long as you're hitting the keys on time, you don't have to really do too much to it. You just go on to the next and line your stuff up.
Yeah, that's a good part about the music's part of playing it instead of singing. I believe y'all do have a harder job, especially when mixing and mastering and stuff like that, because like you said, we could just go by there and if it's in sync, basically you good. As long as you hit that right chord or whatever, you good. But a lot of times when you go down to like vocals, you really got to listen and pay attention, because you don't know if they didn't just did that off purpose or necessarily that was just something off.
In the system, yeah, it could be. It happens. I mean, we're sitting in the studio right now that 9 times out of 10, something will go wrong, whether it's major, minor, something's going to go wrong in a session while you're creating. It's going to happen. And I think that's what is kind of cool jumping into. I wanted to talk about when the mistakes happen. And we're going to get into the club. How do you adjust as Because so I would call you more a producer. You've produced some bankroll stuff that has not come out unreleased. So it's more or less, how do you know that you could do this? Because I've ran into people, when they get into a problem, they'll be stuck for hours. And even after they've YouTubed it, how do you stick in there and keep trying to, when the minor little shit happens?
Me personally, I love it where I just start something from scratch. If it's from scratch, organic, it just comes together better. Yeah. Now, if you trying to put something together for somebody, and then you try, like, that's where you come with the hard part. But
wake your ass up, my boy.
How we got somebody sleeping the podcast? Hold on, wait a minute.
We not talking about nothing.
We not talking about nothing, but goddamn, all right. But
you ain't talking about nothing for this man. I'm sorry. Anyways, I'm over here. I'm like, Ty started looking at me. I'm looking at him.
It was the first snore that he gave that made me give him that look like, hold up, wait a minute.
It was good to
nigga, you sleep while we podcasting? Get your ass up.
Nigga, like, I'm just resting my eyes.
I'm just resting. I'm just resting.
Just good little time.
Stood over here fully asleep. I forgot the whole subject. Fuck it. Let's talk about sleep now. We talk about sleep.
I ain't gonna lie. You know
how many of y'all getting good rest?
You know what happens though? Because it's crazy. I'm one of them guys. I like to go to the movies, and I will always fall asleep in the movies. It don't matter when the movie's over, before the movie, in between.
I don't like the movies, bro. I don't really like going. Thank you. Cause I like to pause stuff and go back when I want to.
Man, look, I'm in there like, what he say?
Yeah, what he say? I done had to already take, like, it's a whole longer way to go to the bathroom. If you got to go to the bathroom, get some snacks or something, then you is in the movie, because then you got to go out and then come all the way back in. So it's a whole longer process than pausing. You going around the corner in your kitchen. Come on, man.
You know, you can't tell nobody at the movies, hey, tell me what happened. Because then when you get back and they trying to tell you, missing what's going on.
And they over there probably tell like, hush. It ain't got good to them. You like, damn, I want to get caught up too.
And I like to talk a little bit. I'm sorry. I don't think it's just a black folk thing because I'm half white. I feel like if you like movies and certain stuff is going on in a particular movie, you talk. You be like, what? What's going on with that? You know, it's not like you try.
As long as it ain't too much.
That's what I'm saying. I don't like to just talk through the whole movie, but if I see a girl that ran the other way and I'm like, you could have ran that way. Yeah. I say some slick shit, you know what I'm saying? But I don't like the people who be up in the movie all day like, I told you. You like, now you need to take your ass home and buy it on networks.
Now the most I do, and this just me. Like, I'm kind of like, but I ain't that. It's just every once in a while. It's, y'all know y'all done caught some stupid stuff that you done seen in a movie. You be like, this.
Nah, for real. For real.
And I say it loud. It'll just come out of me at that part of the movie. And you look and you like, because you know it's the suspenseful part. You just.
Man, scary movies. And you know what's crazy? Scary movies ain't the same as they used to be.
That's true.
Them motherfuckers just be scary, bruh.
That was organic.
Bruh, like, I'm talking about.
It's not so much of that CGI stuff that we not. And now people can look at their screen all day. You see some stuff on TikTok that'll pop out at your screen and try to scare you. You think some of these folks scared of some of this makeup stuff that they got going?
What scared me was Jeepers Creepers. It was authentic. It was to the point. It was like, it was actually something. It gave you the anticipation because we didn't see him through the whole movie really.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? He was doing stuff like running into the car, and it was the anticipation of that made it scary. Like, and then it also how like the look of it looks. Things now don't look like it could happen.
Yeah.
Back then, I feel like scary movies look like, it's like snakes on a plane. That motherfucker come out my toilet.
Yeah.
It could come out my toilet. I don't know, but it could. And I ain't gonna call it necessarily scary. I call them more thrillers. But I'm saying just things like that make us be like, ooh. Nowadays, I'm looking at it like that ain't real.
A lot of scary movies wasn't a scary movie. You want to know the scariest movies for me was like Children of the Corn. So now I'm eating corn and all of a sudden some roaches come out.
I've never watched that movie.
Man, you ain't never watched that? Man, come on.
I can't say, oh my gosh, because I'm thinking he going to say Centipede.
Bro, no, like, they was really
Jeepers
like,
Jason.
stuff on that movie, man. Like, what was another one?
Like, Freddy Krueger? Nah, Freddy.
The first one. The first one.
Like the old school 80s?
The old school one, like the first one or two that came out, Elm
Street.
Street.
With Kelly Rowland.
before then.
He said before then.
Just before then. Yeah. Yeah, the high school. Okay. And he came up out the bed. It made me want to sleep on the floor now. I'm on my floor every night. My mama coming in my room like, what the hell you on the floor for? No reason. I'm just chilling.
No reason.
I'm just chilling.
I'm
just chilling. I don't even want the TV on. I'm good. What the hell we watch?
Nah, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I wasn't too much scared of the ring because, like he said, that was like based on a story I couldn't believe. Now, if it makes it believable to me,
the ring. Come on. I watched it the other day. Matter of fact, I'm not sure what. I think it's on Peacock. It is not anywhere near scary as I thought it was as a kid. The girl coming out the screen.
That's what I said.
The movie's so dragged out. It's a lot of story combined with it. It's not enough. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and then even this new Insidious that came out. I've heard a lot of bad reviews about it because it's more or less, it's not a story. It's just a lot of And I think scary movies are like, trying to get that effect a lot.
What about The Grudge?
The little boy?
I think so.
In the bathtub and stuff like that.
Yeah, that he kept coming to get fucked.
That did terrify me as a kid.
No, it was a little Chinese boy.
Things like that. But things like that.
I think so, yeah.
Could happen though. Like things like that. You really thought if I go to like, say we used to go on vacations. I know everybody had family vacations, probably went to the cabins or something. Everybody done did it. And you done been in that big old vacation house and you was like, that little boy might be up here.
Man.
Or whatever scary movie you've ever thought of, you had that thought in your brain.
That's what I'm saying. Like the scary movies that it's relatable. It's like, oh, this could happen.
Yeah.
Okay. All
and
right.
you're not a real scary fan if you didn't watch cartoons after the scary
The whole night after watching scary movies, you start watching cartoons for no apparent reason. And you up. But you still thinking about the movie though. You like
just thinking about like a motherfucker.
Like Snake.
Oh yeah.
The one with Ice Cube. Where the snake was wrapping up everybody.
Anaconda.
I didn't go to sleep for 2 months straight.
I don't play about that.
I was getting like little naps here and everything because I felt like that snake was real and it was somewhere around here.
And that's something that's like again, it's lacking, but that can also transfer into the music as well because I feel like just as the scary movies are trying to always throw out this boom, 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 let's get them, let's pop out, let's scare them. Music is the same way. A lot of people are not taking time to actually go home, study, rehearse, make it, and create something new. I'm going to just say it. A lot of you, bands too, because I went and heard a band the other day that was on TikTok Live. I don't remember the name, so I ain't going to name drop, but I was like, man, this sounds like another group that when y'all play y'all YouTube things to rehearse and get on, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just like that. And I feel like even in the church realm, why can't people, church and the show realm, why can't people just create and be unique? It's like everybody's biting or just using the same.
I feel like that with the new music nowadays. If you listen to music nowadays, everybody done clap something from somebody's song back then. I don't hear nothing original now.
Of course.
It got somebody ad-libs from something. It got somebody melody. Of course. And you just biting off the true music that used to come out like Anita Baker.
Yeah.
Shaka Khan, Jill Scott, Soul Child.
Yep.
Heck, if you want to go to Fantasia,
Outkast,
rap, any kind of genre that you want to go to, it was all original.
They started it, and it was crazy. Those are the people. And the people you named are the ones that are getting sampled, and that's what I'm trying to get to. Like Drake is a good example. I feel like he makes a lot of original content. We got Rich Flex. We got, major distribution. We got a lot of things that come out every year from him that are original that I know for a fact in a couple of years will be sampled by other artists who are coming out.
That's facts.
But we don't have enough of him. We don't have enough people trying to make originals. Even the Migos and Quavo and all these other people are sampling. Coi Leray, I love your music, but you sample too damn much. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just,
but I don't blame that on them though. I blame that from the producer because what they do is a lot of times when people come to people like me or you, they be like, "Hey, I heard this. Can you put this and make this in a song?" I heard somebody came and told you one time. I ain't gonna never forget. It was probably a month back. I came up here to we was over here. I probably recording something for somebody.
The New Orleans bounce.
Somebody wants you to do a New Orleans bounce.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
And they like, we want it this way, this, that, blah, 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 blah. But put that New Orleans swing on it. But it's like, why won't you just come up with your own twang?
That thing.
But it won't catch because it don't have that bounce that
like,
the other song.
And then you know what's crazy? When I do things like that, sorry to cut you off, but when I do things like that, it's more or less I was trying to give her something creative. I gave her like 4 or 5 beats.
Fact.
3 of them were like a little bit out of the circle that she wanted, but still in that realm to kind of give her own unique feel to it.
Yeah.
She went with the ones that sounded like the original, you know, that she wanted, and which is, like you said, is not to too much on the artist, but sometimes it is, because the artists are the ones who at the end of the day say, that's the one I'm gonna put on, that's the one I'm gonna hop on. But you're right, the producers are nowadays, shout out Sergeant J, I love Bust It, but we all know there was probably a lot more beats just like it with samples and things of that nature with the twerk type of feel, but that was the one that caught on. So I mean, you're right, I've done it, I still do it.
And how that got popping was TikTok.
Yeah.
A lot of songs to get to popping, and really what people don't understand was it was a part of the song that really, being real, at first she heard and she used as a transition on the song, and she was like, okay, I can rap on the back of this too. But it was really a dance that they was doing and stuff like that when she first came out with it. Because I ain't gonna never forget, I was sitting there talking to somebody else about the same situation, that a lot of y'all don't know, when y'all using samples from people, you might have to end up paying them later on. So you might want to go and get the rights to these things. You might want to go ahead and actually do your research. Some of this stuff you can already buy. Yep. I forgot what the initial website is, but it's some that you can get that's already purchased, and you ain't got to worry about no copyrights, none of that stuff. But some of y'all need to work.
Take care of it for you, and that's thing that people admit. And I've been on there, so, and I will say the only downfall to that is, I'm going to be honest with you, since I've personally been on that website, you may not find what you're looking for. It's okay.
That's true.
As a producer, we don't really necessarily always need what we're looking for. We need legal shit.
Thank you.
You know, it is cool to create, but once you really start taking it, and a lot of producers who are watching this and engineers who are watching this who are on that level of working in the industry, they understand it's cool to have fun and make music, but you have to understand, if I'm not trying to connect with the person that, I just used, let's just say a Fergie-licious, you know, if I'm not trying to connect with Will.i.am and, you know, whoever his people are to try to get this cleared off, it's not really value to me or the person I'm trying to give it to, because then once they put it out, they could have a potential Will.i.am say, I don't even like the song. Take it off. You know
what's his name just did that? What's his name? Hey, baby.
Hurricane Chris.
Hurricane Chris. He was petty about doing this. Listen to this. He was petty because the lady shouted out everybody in the song, and this YouTube. The clip is up about him doing this interview. The girl shouted out everybody in the song that helped her with the song, besides the person that she actually had the voice on, which was the A Baby, which was Hurricane Chris. So he was so petty that he was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and just do the song myself. Now you can't even go ahead and do the song, because the song, he done already did his own song with it. Even though it's viral on TikTok, in the music world, who getting paid for it?
That's the thing, you know, and Snoop Dogg said something the other day. You can look it up. He talks about streaming. It ain't adding up, player. You know, he used to sell, he said he sold 1 million copies of his first album. Can't really name it right now. I think Doggy World, something like that. He sold 1 million copies, and he said each of them were $5.99 a copy. So he said, you know, they get they cut, and he said, I'm making the 3, whatever it was. And that's what he recuperated. He said, I don't understand how when I get a stream, it's 0.00018 this cents. He like, that shit don't add up to me. Like, it does, and it really does not make sense. Because when you think of how much we play people's music on a daily basis, how many times we've clicked it, even if we've downloaded offline or not.
Right. It's
still getting in a database somewhere. These people should be getting paid for these clicks. Like, people don't understand. I'm gonna give you the head. If you want to rap,
keep it real with us. Talk to us.
If you want to rap, and DJs know this too. I tell a lot of people this.
Cause I'm glad you went here, because I got a question behind this.
You need to get close with a DJ and let him kind of help push you. Not manage you, not nothing like that. But if he has places like clubs, and then they have places where they allow him to let you get the mic for a song or two, take advantage of it. Because that's where in the future people will start to pay you your money performing. You ain't gonna make no money making this music. You're gonna put more money into making it than you're gonna receive out of making the music. You make more of your money off of sponsorships, appearances, performances, and everything else that come outside of the music. You ain't making shit in the damn music. I'm just gonna be 1,000 with you. Don't ever think that you seen fucking Drizzy Drake drop an album and it went #1 and he got $2 million off of it. Fuck no, it does not work like that. He probably made roughly 100,000 bucks because that's how streaming works. It's fucked up as fuck, but that's how that shit works. Nobody's buying CDs in Target no more. When you used to go buy CDs and we had them fat ass, who remember them fat ass book of CD things?
Bro, I had one.
Well, you used to have if a nigga didn't have, if you went on a car ride and you didn't have a certain album, I looked at you funny. If you had a whole big book of everything, R&B, hip hop, country, and you had, let's say, T.I.'s every album T.I. had but one, I'm gonna be like, what was the point? Because that shit was serious back in the day. You had to go physically buy this copy, and then the consumer would instantly, I'm not the consumer, person giving it would actually get the money. Nowadays, it don't work like that. It takes 6. I looked at my distro kit. It says 3 to 4 months until it tells me how much I get back. And then when you take it out, it says another 7 to 10 business days before you may receive. Shit should not work like that no more.
And the stuff that I make off of, like back appearances, off of like just making music, is even less than what he talking about. So I'm not even making close to what, and it's not bad. I won't say is. I make more than I make on there with YouTube. I tell you that. I say that.
I love TikTok. I make money on TikTok. I've made money on TikTok. Let me reset. Brody has made money on TikTok.
No, I push and well, what they don't like about me is I'm a recycler. What they call me. So everything that everybody gives me, I recycle back.
Explain it, but it don't matter. I'm gonna just say that. But explain it. But he basically gets his shit, gets his coins back, and shows love and recycle. He does. If you TikTok people, you know what we're talking about. We ain't gonna go too deep into it.
Yeah, I mean, because some of them already know, and I don't want to mess with them 3 letters. I ain't got time for it. I got enough stuff going on as it is. So the best thing, if you are on social media like that, like I said, just push back. And there should be no reason. And this is everything that I've always done. If I'm making money off music, why would I use money to go do something else with it?
Of course.
I need to push it back into whatever I'm doing.
Of course.
Especially if you made $10 off a CD, you need to push that $10 back in on buying some more CDs so you can push some more CDs out. Like, there is no point of trying to take something from somewhere else, and then what you don't get is when it comes down to that, or especially with social media, it's so much harder to go ahead and push money on there and then get money out of it. It's not gonna happen. I'm not that type of big creator yet. I wish that I was. Now them people on a totally different level.
Yeah.
Totally different level. Totally different tax bracket than I am.
Is it tax bracket?
A whole different. I can't even talk about them because I don't want to make none of them offended. But
yeah,
I gotta be telling their business. But being real, they got people that push them.
Yeah.
Every day. I mean, we got supporters.
Breathe it.
But they got true people that get on there and like, okay, I got about $3,000-$4,000 and I'm about to go ahead and push out here. Yeah. No, we got. I'm around the average. Some of us, we do well. We're good.
We're good.
And that's what it is. But I wanted to ask you on a question. So what is it about with these sometimes local rappers when they come to you and they ask you about playing their music and not getting played enough?
Like,
especially
DJing,
in the clubs and stuff.
Shit, I'm gonna be real, and I think a lot of DJs say this. If I like it, I'll play it. Simple. If the club like it, I'll play it. But it's gotta be both. It can't just be me or the other. It's gotta be we both like it. So if I like it, I'll play it. And then if I see the club ain't like it, it'll never be played again.
So have you ever heard that statement that some rappers say that some DJs don't push them enough? And radio?
I would say if you're trying to send out your music to the DJ and he's not playing it, depending on your music, that is true. A lot of DJs will not play local music, and I'll tell you why.
Explain.
A lot of this local music, especially with rap, if we're talking about rap, you know what I'm saying? A lot of niggas like to diss. Excuse my language. Excuse my foreign. This is the first time I dropped the N-word. But a lot of niggas like to diss. They like to talk about each other, and they like to incriminate themselves. You know what I'm saying? To the nature of where I've actually had it happen. To where, let's just say a guy has a song. He says, hey, can you play this? Cool. Me not being as trained as I needed to be as a DJ at the time, I didn't pre-listen to the song. I just dropped it. Well, then another guy comes up. And this is the thing a lot of people don't understand about, you know, if you're going to DJ, you're going to be put in a lot of situations where it's real street things. These are people who don't do what we do. They go to work, whether it be trapping at the house, whether it be working at McDonald's, whether it be babysitting. They go live normal lives, and they come out and they doing what they doing in the club. So it's real. So if you're not paying attention as a DJ, you won't understand why a lot of local things, Now, I'm not saying a guy that's coming up like Mexican OT or something like that to where a couple DJs are just now starting to play them in the club.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like local. Like you just making music in your city. You maybe got 1.6, 2,000 views on your videos. Like,
right.
Yeah, that's the main reason. If you want to talk about somebody and you want to diss, don't make those type of songs. Make songs that are actually club songs because a lot of music is not club music. That's what people fail to realize. Ooh. They thinking, oh, this is so hard, which it may be a good turn song, but it's not club material.
Ooh, we ain't never talked about what is really club music.
You want me to be real?
Keep it real. I need people to know because I have we deal with a lot of artists and they be asking these questions. So what is, if a artist came to you, what would be something that would normally something you would play?
Ass shaking off the rip. And I only say this first of all. Now, I'm an open format DJ, so that means I play everything. Whether it's house music, techno, R&B, I play it all. But if I'm going to go to the club and it's like I'm here, I'm the special DJ for the night, which most of the times that means there's a DJ that's already been getting the club prepared for you. He's already played a couple tracks, get everybody right. When I come in, I want to make sure that it's off the rip. These ladies gonna shake some ass, not only for me, but for the other fellas in the room. Because when it comes down to it, if the ladies ain't having a good time, then the dudes are not gonna enjoy it either. Because then once you get them involved, then you can slide in some more gangster stuff like Young Boy and things of that nature. You can slide into things that are like Still Trapping by Lil Durk and stuff like that. You can't do that off the rip because a lot of people won't really connect with it off the rip. Man, he done had a bad day. He coming up aggressive. He dropping all the aggressive stuff.
Yeah.
I want to drop the stuff that's like, oh, shabuya, sha. I want to drop things that's going to get girls like, oh, okay. Whether the DJ before me has played it or not, I don't care. I'm going to drop it because that's another thing a lot of DJs fail to realize. People don't care if they've heard the song in the club. Well, okay, they do, but they don't. It is all about timing. So you can't go behind a DJ that just played that song 20 minutes ago and then replay it. That doesn't work like that. But let's just say clubs last from 10 to 4 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. He played a round of songs around 11 o'clock that, some people probably didn't hear. Oh, at 2 o'clock when it's my set, I'm dropping them again. Because at that time, now we in our system. We a little drunk. And it's just the vibe now. It's just like, run it again. You know what I'm saying? It's a vibe. So when people are starting to get into I got to play something new every time. Every song has to be different. Not necessarily. Some nights you can literally make, this is what we're playing tonight. This is where we're going. Right. Take people on a trip. Bring people with you as a DJ. Because if you're not bringing people with you on the journey, like every DJ that I've seen just studying DJs, I've seen a whole festival where there's 6 DJs, and every single one of them, when they got up there, you were like, man, he took me to Egypt, and then he took me down to the bottom of Russia, and they look underground sound, and so you got to take people on journeys. Or not just that,
I done been where I've been around other DJs and you. It's been times where you done took me back to a high school moment, college day, where I was in the college. I remember riding around. Hey, me and my homies had our last $25 and we was about to do this, that, and the third. Or high school days, we was walking home and we was hearing this song and blah, blah, blah. Or say if it was a pep rally at your school, anything, if some music take you back and it be like, you know what? We on a ride tonight. Okay, he better not play another one. He better not play another one. And then as soon as you play,
something
snap.
that forces you out of your shell to where you was like, I want to hear this tonight. Because I've seen
Facts.
a lot of people be like, I've seen it. Like, I watch social media. People are like, man, the DJ tonight better play this or I'm leaving. And then it's a whole different vibe. And you in there turn because it forces you almost to be like, no matter what's going on, it's still, when you tap into somebody's memory, music is like key to the memory. When you tap into somebody's memory and it gives them, like you just said, that place at home, man, I don't give a fuck if you play fucking Mamma Mia. Nigga, Mamma Mia, here I go. I'm going to be in that whole turn because I'm already lit, number one. And then number two, there's probably already other bitches in here that was turned, that I watched get turned. So if I just end up leaving because it's, you know, like, it's so weird, bro. Like, the club is weird, but it's one of the most safest places to, like, really understand what's going to work and what's not going to work. True. Because if you're a DJ, all I'm going to say, if you can't make it in the club, I'm not going to say you're not going to make it as a DJ, but you're not going to make it as that type of DJ.
Maybe that's not the right club. And this was the next question I was going to ask you as far as I had a couple homeboys ask me. So I remember these questions. So,
I don't want to talk about
what,
personal clubs.
No, I'm just saying, if you are a DJ, how do you know that is a fit club for you? Because not every DJ is a DJ that can be versatile like you.
Yeah.
Just like, you know, with me, I could play all types of genres of music and I can go there. But every club and every event ain't for me, probably.
Of course, yeah.
So how do you know and be like, you know what, this might not be my suit, going to a hip hop type of R&B club or ladies night type stuff? Maybe I need to be over here.
Yeah. Country
more so,
yeah,
country
yeah.
and, you know.
I'd say number one, don't knock it till you try it. You gotta always go try it because you don't know what you'll be good at till you do. I done went into a couple of gigs that I was like, won't be back. You know what I'm saying? And it's fine. It happens as a DJ. Not every gig will go great. Not everything will be good. But as far as finding what fits you best, as DJs, we work at home a lot. So you kind of know, you should. Yeah, you're right. You should work at home a lot. So you kind of know what you're practicing on. I would suggest whatever you're comfortable with at home, find that club that's comfortable with that, you know. Because then you can not only be comfortable with not just playing what you play at home, but then being able to experiment too with different things around that genre. Like, I'm not going to lie, a lot of people don't know, but now you'll get to know. I want to be a house DJ. And if you don't know what house music is, go look it up. House techno. It's not EDM. It's in the realm of it. It's definitely in that realm, but it's got its own feel to it. So if you don't know anything about house music, house techno, look it up. I love it. A guy named James Hype on YouTube. He's a great guy to go watch. He literally has vlogs of his everyday life and how he sets up for events and festivals, and he shows like the ins and outs. Even when they mess up on his stuff at the festivals, he shows all that, bro. So if you really want to DJ, I would say, number one, like he said, if you want to find a club, find something that fits you. But once you find something that fits you, do not just get stuck.
Yeah.
Because that's where I'm at right now. I'm not stuck, but I'm making my way because I know I like the club. It's cool. You know, it's not something that I want to just be down here doing clubs all the time. Right. Of course, I want to go to Houston. I want to go to Florida. I want to go to the clubs where they outside by the pool. And,
man,
you know, like, that's the goal. But you have to start somewhere. The moment you start thinking, oh, I done did a couple clubs, 3-4 months, it's time to go. Nobody tells you to go until they start booking you to go. Like, I'm going to just keep it real. Now, a lot of times, I'm a spit key game. FREE. Got to do it for free sometimes. I'm going to just be real. My girl is the most supportive person because she has seen the beginning and where we're at now. When I used to do things for free for DJing, you have to, and I want to ask you this too, as a band member, somebody who plays in a band, like drum or anything, how does it feel once you've been doing it for years and then you're like, okay, somebody asked me to do something free. I want to do it for free, but knowing that you've done stuff for free your whole life, you don't want to get that stigma of, oh, well, they know I'm going to do it every time. But I still do things free to this day sometimes.
Well, I was about to say that. I still do things for free, but I do it with good intentions. Ooh, if I see the intent is going to be well, then I'm going to go ahead and, kind of be like, okay, I'm for it. But just like, I'll take this for example. This is no knock to nobody, to wherever who's listening to me. But if Cam calls me, 90% of the time, what people don't know, I'm getting paid for it. Now, the 10% of the time that I'm doing it, I have that choice of being like, you know what? Nah, this going to be beneficial to the group as a whole, instead of just trying to get money and push money up out of something, which a lot of times you can stop your own self and stop your own process from always looking for the next dollar, which 9 times out of 10, if that's somebody's first impression of you, or that's their first time ever hearing you, how could you expect them, not unless you have a real deep resume. You got a deep resume. If you somebody that's on top and but even the ones that's on top, they still give back. Never do you not think you shouldn't be able to do certain things for free. One thing I wanted to get back to is, and I'm kind of glad we already got this in motion, but look out for the back to school drive.
Man, August 13th.
We gonna start doing that, and we gonna start bringing the band out for free.
Please, that'd be lovely.
Because you wanna know something? A lot of times, what people don't understand is with kids, the first thing, I don't care what nobody say, besides sports, music is what they gravitate to.
Of course.
So how am I gonna charge a kid
that? Yeah.
Music that they can go get freely somewhere else,
and something that could really inspire that kid that day. You don't even know that. Like literally seeing us up there, no matter what it is, DJing on the mic when Boutez is performing, could literally inspire the kid. I could do something other than this football or this basketball. Because a lot of kids don't know that.
Yeah.
And music gets a bad stigma because of football and in the sports. Because I'm spit in the sports and things. Because when you're doing sports, a lot of times you are trained to only know about sports. People in the church. When you're in the church and you're playing in the, sometimes that's all you kind of know until you're taught something else. Yeah. So I like that. I like how you put that, because when it is free, when it is money on it, it's kind of like it's not giving back. It's really not. You're looking out for yourself, my boy. And I understand some people do need to get paid for their time, especially if I'm not from that community. You know what I'm saying? True. Like, let's just say Magnolia wants to bring me out as a special guest, and they're pushing me like I'm this big DJ or whatever it is. I need a little bread just because I'm not from that city, and 2, you are pushing my likeness to the full extent. That's a difference. Now, if I'm from Magnolia and I was born and raised down there, I'm going to be like, yeah, this is my city. Let's turn up because I'm giving back like Sosa did. Shout out Sosa. Did a whole free event for the kids. Call it Sosa Day. But, I need you to turn that off.
Hey, man, we going to kick you out the podcast, man. You just doing your own thing, you sweet. You listen to music. You know they can hear us, right?
Yeah, you don't
know. Hey, shout out, commercial break. To people coming in, doing what the hell you want to do. Shit. These people here. God damn. Brody over here just watching YouTubes on the side like, yeah, y'all niggas interesting. Yeah, it's all right. We go look for somebody else's podcast real quick while we listen to y'all niggas.
Let me tap in and get us ideas real quick. With a little, maybe y'all should talk about this. Let me
go look at my TikTok. You know what I'm saying? But nah, on some real stuff, I've got way more back about doing something for somebody. Real talk. I did something for a pastor, same pastor that we about to fool with. I did an event for him one time. After the event, this was supposed to be free. Yeah. I walked out and got a check. Not from them. Yeah. From a older lady that was there and was like, hey, I believe in what you were doing and you did this, and being honest, I asked the person that did the venue and did all this, what could I do to, give something to you? Because it wasn't like this was a church event or anything like that. This was just a event for youth. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So he was honest with it. He was like, no, we ain't paying him nothing. He said he'll do it for free. Yeah. She was like, well, you mind if I go on and I give him? Now, this lady paid me more than I get at half of my events. This check was triple digits. And it was all off of, she was like, I just watched how you just came in here. And at that point, because sometimes I think, like, when we get paid for stuff, we don't really think about, the real big factor of the whole initial event that we doing. Sometimes we be over there be like, man, I just need to go ahead and make whatever dollar so we can get up out of here. I got to get home. I got to take care of my family. I got this, and then going on. I'm ready to go. But when you ain't, and you just dare to do it because you having fun, it's a whole different aspect. And I wasn't even looking for nothing. And like I said, after that, that's the reason why a lot of people do fool with me, because like I said, if I see you got good intentions, the same good intentions I got, you ain't never got to worry about big old over there talking about some, well, you going to have to give me 150 off the top. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? To do this and da. Nah, I'm going to see through you right when you look at me in my eye about whatever event you asking me for, and I'm going to be like,
well,
okay, I do it.
I'll say this because it need to be said. I feel like a lot of people want to be a part of certain things. They see a lot of people doing things, and then I hear through the woodworks, or I see through the woodworks how things are moving. And it's like, you want to be a part of things, and you see the things that we're doing, you know, back to school drive, you know, whatever we're doing. And you preach this whole game of, oh, I want to be down. But when it comes down to the fact of what really comes down for bands and trying to promote at the beginning, it's cool when we get there.
They say they don't get to see my face on.
It's cool when we get there, but it's the beginning that a lot of
Make
people
sure
don't
you zoom in
understand.
on this
You know
part.
what I'm saying? Like what Cloud9 is today, no telling what they could be in March of next year. You know what I'm saying? So
if some of y'all niggas was consistent,
that's the thing. You got to stay consistent.
do you not know some of y'all wouldn't even be where y'all at right now?
And I mean to say this too.
In the most respectful way.
If you down on your dick, and you know you down on your dick, why are you complaining about being a part of something and you can't be a part of it? You can't be a part of you. If you want to be a part of something else.
That's a message in itself. How you gonna be a part of something you can't even be a part of you? He been studying preaching. That man good.
No, I'm just being real because I see a lot of people that's going through stuff in life but getting upset. Then they be like, oh, man, I wish I could do that, man. Like, that look cool. Which y'all got. It's like you can. But if this is not what your life is leading for you right now, if you are working every fucking day, 9 to 5, on your ass, and the only days you get off is on the weekends, you better enjoy your motherfucking weekends.
Who you talking?
I don't give a fuck. Live your dream and do what you need to do, but if it's not in your fucking caliber of life to enjoy it, don't keep getting mad and upset about it. Do it, because I ain't gonna lie, a lot of people don't know, and he knows, my girl knows, man, Cam was like on top at one point. I was doing good, working at a good studio, 180 recording studio, shout out to them, still love them, you know what I'm saying, they're my boys. But anyway, I was working for them. Then I left, and I had to figure life out. Yeah. And life took me going to Sterno and working at chicken plants and all this other things that I didn't want to freaking do in life, but I had to do because I wasn't good in life. Financially, mentally, I wasn't good, and I was trying to do a lot of things like I'm doing now in the community that I was trying to do then, but I wasn't good within. So I'm over here, oh, let me throw a festival and all this other, but I couldn't do none of that then. And this was 2018, 2019. I couldn't think about doing that, but working those jobs and being outside in the cigarette smoking break and knowing like this wasn't the end, this wasn't gonna be forever, is what got me here now. And a lot of people gotta make it through those times. Yeah. I don't care if you're working at a Pilgrims. I don't give a fuck if you're working at a Walmart. If this is your dream, just know that job ain't forever.
Facts.
Live it and get that money by any means necessary. But you got to get up out that. You can't get stuck.
Stop wasting your money on stuff that you ain't got no business over there buying. You supposed to be at a place for a certain amount of time. And what gets people stuck a lot of times is you start spending money that you ain't got no business spending on anyway. Okay, so I got this job. I need me some new kicks. I need to go on ahead and give me some new So I'm going to go on ahead and buy these. When knowing goodwill, man, I'm supposed to have an album out by now.
Yeah, or if you're a photographer and you working at Walmart and you over there buying fucking Cheetos and Subway every damn week, but you're not saving up for that Canon T76, whatever the fuck, you are messing up your. That's why I say you can live that life, but you have to be putting that life into something to get out of it.
Answer this.
Whole time I'm working at Sportsplex, what I do. I bought my first iMac. I bought some speakers, bought this mic that's in my damn hand. Like, I was buying things as it was going, but I wasn't rushing to get up out of it because I was like, man, I'm working and I'm being able to do this on the side too. So until it was able for where I was like, I'm comfortably can stop working because I'm making money recording and producing again.
Right.
Don't stop your your side hustle. Now once side hustle take off, you better get up out of Walmart.
Nah, he could top me if I'm lying. But if you buy your what you need, it ain't got to be equipment. It ain't got to be instruments. Whatever it is that you doing, if you get that, believe you gonna make that money back.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm just being honest. I done bought plenty of keyboards, plenty of drums, and every one of them then it got me back my money and invested for something bigger and something better. Now I am looking to invest in more because you don't ever need to stop. But I got to a point where it was like, well, nowadays with these computer and stuff like that, which one is a better way? Because my laptop can do what a lot of people keyboards can do. Yeah. And some people keyboards don't need a laptop because everything that they do on their keyboard, it's on the laptop. So find out which one you want and which one is going to best get you back quicker to what you want as far as, you know, being on that process of a journey. You know what I'm saying? Personally, I'm on a journey to make sure I got everything. Yeah. Two of everything, really. Mm. I want 2 organs. I want 2 drums. I want 4-5 keyboards. I want 2 bass. I want like unction of everything. Because basically, all that stuff, if it was rented out to conventions and stuff like that, I can make my money back. Of course. Just with that one. People rent that stuff out by day. Mm-hmm. I know somebody that rent out their whole stuff when it comes down to convention, and they make more than they do when they do those conventions and revivals than they ever make on any other day. And they didn't really rent it out all their stuff for maybe $500 to $1,000. I mean, you really pricing everything. You got drums, you got organ, you got keyboard, you got microphones, you got bass guitar, you got all the speakers there. Yeah. The people, all they got to do is just show up. Yeah, yeah. So now you over there doing that, and that's a good tip for anybody. You ain't even got to know how to play some of that stuff. If you buy all that stuff, and like that's a business right there on the side. Of course. Rent all that stuff out. Once they go on ahead, and like I said, it's upon you and them.
I'll piggyback on that. Look,
go tell the truth.
If you're gonna rent your stuff out, you gotta be again within yourself, because that's another decision you make. You can't rent your stuff out and then be like, oh, it's got a scratch right here. I need $25.
Man,
you gotta lay things out how you put it out. You know, because a lot of people, like I've rented out in the past, and everybody I've rented to, thank you. You've never done me wrong.
Facts. Thank you. Hey, shouts out to everybody.
You know what I'm saying? But I feel like that was because on my end, I let them know what would be the damage cost for certain things. Like I let them know. Facts. I see a baby scratch, it's $10. You know what I'm saying? Like I know what my things look like. And I'm not one of those people that trip, because I understand things get scratched up as you move them, you put them down. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I was always the thing. If you're going, number one, if you're wondering, well, what should I price my thing when I tell people to rent it out? Number one, you're gonna price it what it costs to get that.
Right.
If not, you were never gonna be able to buy that again if it breaks.
Right.
So say your speaker costs $475. I'm not telling you to charge $475. Yeah, people can't see on the side. My brother is knocked out right now. Could have did some crazy stuff to him, but but if your speaker is $475, I'm not telling you to go buy $475 and tell them it's $475.
Camera out.
You know, more or less, I would go ahead and just say, hey, so my speaker costs $475. It's going to be half the cost of the speaker plus a $25, you know, drop off if I have to bring it to you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That way, in case you do have to buy it back, you're not having to take everything out your pocket again. You at least have majority back on it already. Yeah. And then if it is, you know, that's a sacrifice you make renting.
I'm the same way, because like I ain't gonna get all the way tense. Like I give somebody a speaker and you see a little what's the name. Now depending on who the person is, if I don't know you that well, like you said, I'm gonna put a charge on like, hey. But 9 times out of 10, if I really, really fool with you and I know it could have been an accident, I'm not really tripping on it. It's been plenty of nicks and stuff that I got on a lot of my snare drums that I got bagged. A couple speakers have maybe a scratch on it or something like that. I ain't tripping on it. I'm not that big a trip. But that also lets me know the next time you rent something, what also I'm going to put in place. So
I know y'all like, why do they keep messing with somebody over here on the side? This man will not stay awake. I don't know why. He sleep. But as we get ready to wrap this up, because we do need to start wrapping up.
Yeah, because the church is falling asleep, and I guess, I don't know.
Congregation ready to go.
Congregation ready to go. Hey, but shout out everything that we got going on, man.
Announcements real quick. Announcements. This Saturday, Wild Hair, we are in the fucking building live. Make sure y'all come through. I will be on the 1s and 2s with my boys Dre Taylor and Big OG live in person.
Facts.
Y'all come say hi because we also got our battle the same day as well on TikTok.
Man, hold up. Let's talk about that real quick before we go.
So
everybody that's not in attendance, I need everybody in attendance. This me and this man is
DJ
gonna battle
West
right before
number 1 on TikTok.
Right before we go on stage. That's gonna be crazy because we gotta go battle right before we go on stage. And I'm telling you, I've already told this man we about to cook this man. We about to cook him.
Man,
and the thing is, if anybody's on, so we're gonna start off with the 500. It's a one and done because we and him have to be on stage. We don't have time. We got that 5 minutes, and then we gonna just get straight on stage. Yeah. But it's gonna be the quiet game. So the quiet game means for the people that's trying to come on and rock with us with the battle or whatever. The first one to 500 got to be quiet. Now I can say any and everything about him that I, in bounds of having fun, until he gets over my score. Once he does that, then he can talk and vice versa. So that helps like bring the game out because there's a lot of shit that I want to pick on and pick with him about because we gonna be in the same vicinity anyway that day. Yeah. So again, hey, I want all my people in the building. Yeah, for everybody that don't know, follow him on DJ Cam West, number one. Yeah. And follow me on Big O Crazy on TikTok. And you can find out and you can see where the live event and blah, blah, blah be going down and everything else. Yep. Holla at them about that school event, man.
Oh, yeah. I was getting to that. So, going down the line. We got that Saturday. Not next weekend, but every weekend you can catch me at Mr. D's on Fridays and Saturday nights. I will be in there. My sets are normally from 12:30 to 4 o'clock. We rock out from midnight to out. You know what I'm saying? DJ Backside being there helping me out through the morning, getting the open crowd going. But we got that Mr. D's. And then that next weekend on the 28th, your boy has his first DJ set. I'm talking about actual festival set. I want everybody to come. I don't care. You got to be there for me. So July 28th, we in Magnolia. Shout out to them. Shout out DJ Drewster for allowing me to come out again. DJ, something that you have to do for free to get your opportunities. I do appreciate it. Moonwalker, big old Lizzo gonna be in the building. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I'm going to spread your whole booty while I ain't in front of the man.
You know what I'm saying?
Need a whole meal, not snack.
And then August 5th, I got a little Sweet 16 that's going to be happening in D Queen. Shout out to them for booking me. And then August 13th, we got our back to school. Make sure y'all tap in. And then
when the album coming?
I just acquired. Hold on. I just acquired.
You know about that, about it.
A lot of people don't know, but August 20th. Now, every third Sundays from now on. This was just something that was talked about, and this is why I was texting as we was at Red Cigar Lounge. We have the first ever DJ Shedding. We are doing a DJ Shed showcase. So it's basically any DJs from inside outside. You know how like bands like to play? Y'all like to do what DJs? Come show me what you got. Come show me what you got, man. I'm doing it for this city. I'm doing it for the city. Every DJ that wants to come out, whether you scratch, you blend, EDM. I got some ladies who do EDM. They're going to come out, be amazing. Come hear some great music, please. Something that I wanted to do. I wanted to make it into a battle, but a lot of people don't really necessarily respect the competitions of it, and I'm still learning it. So this is going to be more of like a free thing for anybody that wants to come out. You will not be paid for it, DJs. Do not ask me, oh, well, can I get a little something if I'm a special? No, this is something. If you want to come out and just have fun, meet other DJs, you get a good 20 to 30 minutes to play on the boards. I don't care what you do. Bring your own boards, bring your own music. Come have fun with us because I want to meet you. I want to get to really and it's just something that I feel like a lot of people in every city should start having. One club should be able to let the DJs come in and have fun.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Let's just have fun. Yeah. We could be in ATL hip hopping. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, we Katy Perry fireworking. Who knows? It just depends on the DJ. So people come out, show love. But again, this Saturday, Wild Hair. I can't stress it enough. Right. They already have their own crowd, but
and if y'all want to see the event live, like I said, follow both. I'm gonna stay live right after the TikTok, and I'm gonna stay live so some of my people on TikTok can see the event. Whatever, we gonna try to go ahead and have somebody that also start doing our shows.
There'll be a video, a visual, about 132-minute video showing what happened at the show, seeing us play.
Oh.
We're starting to get more content. But as people know, Cam don't like to talk too much. I like to
Facts.
do it.
Yeah, so, that's your boy too. That's why we get along so well. We don't like talk about
yeah,
it. We just like
really
get straight into it.
Come on. So I appreciate everybody watching In the Mix podcast, episode 2. And this is gonna be called Stick to What You Know. Cause I mean you kinda need to stick
and
to
staying woke.
Stay woke / stay woke.
Stay woke.
Stick to What You Know / Stay Woke episode
/
2, season 1. And a lot of people ask me how many episodes we're going to do for season 1. I'm not going to put no number on it. When we get to where we feel like this is the season finale, we'll do that. We'll probably take a break for about a week or 2.
Yeah,
then we'll come back with season 2. Yeah, if you want to be a part, hit him up. Hit me up. You know, if you seen Dre Taylor on the first one, hit him up. He will get in contact with us for sure. Just let me know. Comment on the YouTube if you're like, hey, I want to be a part. Comment. We'll get in contact.
And your comments matter.
Yeah, they
comment
do.
under
They
the
do.
what's name. You got
They
something
do.
to say. We
And
gonna
like
read
it.
them questions.
Please like and subscribe to
If
the
you
In the
want
Mix
a
podcast
question
YouTube.
live while we on live, like I said, go to. I'm gonna make sure Cam gonna start going live too on his TikTok when we doing these what's name. So y'all, if y'all got questions, hit him with the questions, cause I get tired of y'all asking me. Well, what DJ? Ask him. I don't know.
They do that though. That's funny. But hey, I appreciate everybody tuning in. It's been a blast, OG. Any final remarks? Any shout outs you want to give out?
If you ain't with us, we running over you.
That part. That motherfucking part. Shout out High Tech Studio for allowing us to use the space again.
Hey, shout out to that man Bankroll.
And actually, I'm going to go ahead and let it be known. Episode 3 will be shot at Texarkana Podcasting Room. I'm going to do a special episode. The guy that owns it says he goes to your church. I'm not going to name drop him. I'm going to keep him anonymous.
Yeah.
But we will be doing an episode over there and helping promote their podcasting room for anybody that wants to start their own podcast. And he actually has a whole space. It's called Texarkana